right, here we go. Tom, let's go.
All right, I'll do it. Hey guys, I wonder what each of you think about being a part of this historic rivalry that the teams have never met, and just what you think, Caleb, if you can handle that one first.
It's a blessing. Anytime you're a part of being something that's the first, it's always a blessing. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to run out with the Hogs this Saturday.
Larry?
Just like Caleb said, it's just it's a blessing to be a part of history, and it's exciting to be the first people to do something. So just very excited to go out there and play.
Also, I wanted to see what y'all's thoughts were on what you think of Rayner, the quarterback, and then the challenge of containing him and that good receiving core, Larry.
He's a good dynamic guy. Can't wait to play against him. And he also has some good receivers as well.
Caleb, your thoughts on Rayner and that group?
Dynamic. Anytime you play against a quarterback like that, you got to have disciplined rush lanes, got to have disciplined eyes because he can make you pay every time.
All right, and then my final thing for now is Coach Pittman said that there were some busts early in the game against Alabama A&M, and I'm wondering if y'all could comment on getting those corrected and what was going on there. Larry?
It's the first game of the season. You're always going to have some wrinkles and some kinks you need to get out, and we did that just fine because obviously you see after that first drive, they didn't score again.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess just to kind of follow up on that, hopefully not belabor it too much. I mean, what about that first drive kind of stuck out on film to you guys where maybe you were seeing it and you were like, oh, that's what happened?
Like I said, again, just rebanking off that last question, it's just the first drive of the season, first time being in front of the fans and just the first time being able to see an opposing team. So after we calmed down, we settled in, we see they didn't score again.
Yeah, I think somebody on the defense, sorry, I forget who it was saying that you guys were talking amongst each other after that and you made those corrections. I mean, for both of you guys, what were those talks like? What were you guys saying to each other?
It's honestly just communicating. We got our calls and finding the wrinkles within what they were doing because, obviously when you play somebody, they're not going to do everything you expect them to do. There's going to be some nuances. So, we were just talking about what we were seeing on that first drive and just getting that across the board and getting on the same page.
You guys are both older guys, veterans. I guess first, how does it feel to just be back in the swing of the season? And does it feel any different than maybe a year ago?
Man, it just feels, just knowing that it's my last ride, it kind of just give me like that little extra boost, just knowing that I don't have an extra season after this. So every game, it just feel like it's my last. So, I'm very thankful and more grateful than ever.
Trey, go ahead.
Larry, I think you were kind of getting your feet wet a little bit last year when you guys played at War Memorial Stadium. I know you played. I don't think you recorded any statistics. I was wondering what you remember from the environment in Little Rock, and also, Caleb, what have you heard about the environment in Little Rock?
Oh man, the environment was very loud. You could definitely tell you could see how much the state was behind us in that game. Being up the road, and it was just a great atmosphere as well.
Honestly, I haven't heard too much about it, but I look forward to playing in a stadium I've never played in before.
Coach Pittman said on Monday, Larry, he said he kind of hinted like he might like to get you in maybe one position. And I know you play a lot of different things, even money linebacker some. And Caleb, he also said you had a really good day and wants to get you on the field more. I was wondering for both of you guys, what does that mean from a position standpoint? Like Larry, where do you feel like you fit best? And Caleb, where would that mean? What would that mean for you?
First off, I'm a playmaker, so but obviously I'm back there I'm at safety right now, so and wherever the team needs me at, that's where I'm gonna plug in at.
Mm-hmm. Which safety spot specifically do you feel like you're a better fit at?
At both.
Mm-hmm. Caleb?
Same what he said. I can play all three in the back end, nickel, boundary, free, whatever Coach Wood and Coach T. Will need me to play, I'll play.
All right, thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Anthony, go ahead.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Just you touched on this a little bit earlier, but with Rayner and the receiving core kind of, playing together and having the chemistry that they have, how I guess evident is it that they've been playing together as long as they have when you guys go over scouting? And does that make it any more difficult to prepare for guys like that? Or what kind of, is there anything that you guys do differently when guys have played together for as long as they have? Or just, yeah, how evident is it that they've, I guess, been together as long as they have?
It doesn't make a difference at all because the receiver whole job, even if you only been with your quarterback for a month, is to create chemistry. So every quarterback wide receiver is going to have a dynamic duo, you know, just that chemistry with each other. So we're going to treat everybody the same, but obviously we see they have some chemistry with each other as well.
Jackson, you want the final word here?
Sure. So when we talked to Sam yesterday, he mentioned the quarterback for Arkansas State, great at escaping sacks. I'm wondering through 2 practices, how has that been a focus? Have you guys done anything different in practice to maybe emphasize bringing him to the ground?
Honestly, when it comes to quarterbacks like that, you just got to be disciplined, and that starts with us. We got to have disciplined rush lanes up front, and in the back end, we got to plaster when routes or when he starts to scramble and routes just start to turn into backyard football. So you just got to be disciplined, and that's what it comes down to when we play this game.
Larry, you got any thoughts on that? What's it like maybe on the further on the back end or something, trying to make sure the quarterback stays in front of you guys?
It's just like we have to have very clean eyes this week, very consistent eyes, and you know when plays do get extended, just make sure we're plastering on our man.
You guys had watched, gone up against the offense for, 5 weeks in the fall. You get your first time standing on the sideline and seeing them. What stuck out to you guys, looking at the other side of the ball and their impressive day on Saturday?
Man, it was just super impressive seeing that we were able to get 6 different guys in the end zone through passing touchdowns. You know, that's kind of unheard of. So just kind of to see that, that was very impressive.
Caleb, like Trey mentioned, Sam kind of pointed to you as a guy that maybe might deserve more snaps. What do you feel like you did best out there against Alabama A&M? How did you maybe showcase yourself?
I just did my job. I executed the calls that were called, and I just did my job. When my opportunity showed up, I made the play.
I think Coach Pittman really pointed to your physicality in the run game. You weren't afraid to kind of get in there. Is that something you've always had? And how much do you enjoy as a safety, as maybe one of the smaller guys on the defense, getting in the mix there in the run game?
I don't really view myself as small.
compared to like the Quincy Rhodes and the Cam Balls out there on the field.
I got you. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But playing safety in this conference, you can't be afraid of contact. Got to come downhill. From the previous institution I was at, we had a lot of big running backs, and as we do here. So, you can't be afraid to put your nose on the football, and get downhill in a hurry.
You feel like your experience, the time at Auburn, has maybe made this a transition to a new school easier, just all the reps that you've had at a previous big school like that?
Absolutely. When you've played in the Iron Bowl, when you've played against Georgia, when you've played against Penn State, you got that experience, it absolutely helps.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Come back around, Tom.
Larry, I'm guessing when you were at Jacksonville State, you went into games like this, and there was a certain chip on your shoulder, a real, we're on this big stage. Can you put yourself in the minds of Arkansas State players this week and what they might be thinking?
They're trying to come win, When I was at a school like that, that's your way of going up and being able to level up, So if any guys are thinking about doing something like that, so they're definitely coming. They're not coming with the mindset just to let us win this game. They're trying to kill us. You know what I mean? So we got to put our best foot forward.
Caleb, what did you think of Shakur's game the other day? Looks like he brought a little energy when he came in.
Yeah, he had a really good game. I'm proud of him. He does that in practice every day. So it wasn't a surprise, but it was good to see him do it, in the actual game instead of practice.
Sam Pittman specifically mentioned on Monday that you needed more production out of the front line on defense and the linebackers. What have you seen from those guys during practice so far this week, guys?
They're just doing their job. Like Larry said, every time you play that first game, you're gonna have some jitters. But since we started practice Monday, they're just doing their job.
Larry, what have you seen from the D-line and linebackers after that game?
Exactly what you said you needed. You said you needed production. They've shown that. It's not even in like a cocky way or anything like that. It just was the first game. It's not that big of a deal. It was the first game of the season. The guys are back. They're back rolling. They're back up and running. and everything's under control.
All right. Thanks again.
Absolutely.
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it was really a swarm of guys on that fumble recovery, but Shakur comes away with it. Just to follow up with being so much closer to him on the field, what was kind of his emotion like after coming away with that?
Man, a play like that, just excitement, you know. It was just the best thing about that whole play is just seeing how many red hats and how many red jerseys were around the ball, you know, and just to see the excitement around everybody's faces.
And then Caleb, for you, same thing with Shakur. I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit. Can you tell me more about just kind of like his character off the field?
Um, a dude that shows up every single day, you're gonna get 110% out of him every single day. Shows up to meetings prepared, asks questions. And you know, he's one of the guys that got here in the summer, so you know, he's learning every day. And once he gets it down, he's gonna be a problem. Well, he already is a problem, but you know, watch out for 19.
Sheree, wrap it up.
Yeah, Caleb, being at Alabama, you know, you have Auburn, Alabama, UAB, Troy, so on and so forth, a lot of FBS teams. And I'm wondering for both of you guys, if Sam Pittman kind of relayed the, I guess, lack of history with Arkansas and Arkansas State's the only other FBS school in the state of Arkansas, and the teams have never played. Has he relayed kind of the emotion behind the states and I guess the background of this, I guess, non-rivalry to you guys and the importance of it?
He definitely related the history, and we're just definitely excited to be the first to be able to play in this game, you know. So even though it's not a rivalry, you know, we're just super excited to be the first ones to be the ones to play in this game. So we're definitely excited.
Yeah. And Caleb, your thoughts on that and just the differences, you know, being at Auburn last year, where there are so many FBS programs in the state of Alabama?
Like I said before, anytime you're the first to do something, it's always going to be, you know, it's going to hit a little bit different. And I'm blessed, I'm honored, and I'm excited to be, you know, the first to run out this Saturday.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Those, we'll see you Saturday. Appreciate
All right.
that. Keep going. Braylen and Kobe here. Jackson.
So guys, Kobe, first off, man, what was it like first start inside Razorback Stadium of your career Saturday? What was that moment like?
Oh, it was awesome, man. The fans really showed up. The offense really worked together. It looked really good. You know, all the work we put in the fall camp, and then it really showed.
Personally, for you, was there like a pinch me moment, a moment where maybe the nerves ratcheted up at all with, you know, just the first start and everything?
I would say running out of the A. You know, I mean, I did it last year, but like running out of the A, and then getting on the field right after, that was a really cool moment for me. Had a lot of family members there and everything like that.
Both you guys, obviously, Arkansas kids, Arkansas grown. You know, what's the emotions like before playing Arkansas State this weekend? Does it feel a little weird? You know that this rivalry's never happened, but you guys are going to be the first ones to play in it.
I'm just excited to get out there and play against some familiar faces that I played with in high school, like Walker Davis and them. So, you know, chatted up with them after the game. You know, we're excited to just go out there and be the first ones to play Arkansas State.
Yeah, man, I'm grateful for the opportunity for sure. You know, it's never happened before, so I'm glad that this team is the team that's going to go there and compete.
Braylen, you know, the offense was really good on Saturday. What do you think stood out to you as to why you guys executed so well, and maybe what's the biggest focus in practice this week of what you can do better?
Taylor Green. I mean, he played his butt off. You know, we had 6 people catch touchdowns, so that was really good for us. And we're just looking to build on that. And what we're working on in practice is we're working on what we work on every week. I mean, being better, growing in our craft.
Thanks, guys.
Sheree, go ahead.
Yeah, Braylen, there was a stretch pretty early in the game, I guess, where it looked like you just got several carries in a row over and over again. I was wondering if you could just kind of comment on your usage and then, you know, just kind of getting those carries. And does that help you like getting in kind of a rhythm or anything, or?
It does, but I'm just here to do whatever the team needs me to do at any point of the game. I mean, coach tells me, I mean, when I go out there, look to get the ball, look to block. I mean, whatever the team needs me to do in that moment, I'm going out there to do it.
Mhm. And I'm wondering, I know you guys both being from inside the state understand that, Arkansas and Arkansas State have never played, the only two FBS programs in the state. And I'm wondering what Coach Pittman has kind of said to the team, just about, I guess, the non-history with this game and just the overall importance of it, given the two programs are the only FBS programs have never played before.
I would say he's just talking about like the history with it. Just that it's never happened before, and that we're the team that gets the opportunity to do it, and we need to take advantage of that, and then go out there and do what we've been working on all fall camp.
Yeah, he's really just pointing out that it's a blessing to be the first Razorback team to go play in Little Rock and play Arkansas State because it's never been done before. So he's really just saying soak it all in and get ready to play.
Braylen, I know you played. You had like 3 carries or something last year in the first game there. Kobe, I don't think you got in. Have you either of you ever played before that in any kind of games there?
I didn't play there in high school either.
Oh yeah, I played there. Softball, yes, sir, against Brian.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, Braylen, just to follow up on that, I mean, what do you remember about that game inside Memorial, obviously before?
Are you talking about softball?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, a lot of fans. I mean, people come out to Little Rock. It's really Conway comes out, Bryant, Ben, everyone comes out to Little Rock. So it's going to be pretty packed this Saturday, and we're ready to play. We're ready
Yeah,
to go.
sorry. Obviously you're a little bit closer in terms of location to Little Rock. I mean, do you have any plans for family? I guess really for either of you guys, just family being there, stuff like that.
Yeah, I hope my family's there and cheering me on. I'm proud. Love my mom. Shout out to her. Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, I mean, my family tries to travel to every game they can, so I mean, they'll be there, and then it's a pretty quick drive for them, so they're happy about that.
And then I think you guys put up close to 200 yards, average about 5 per carry. I mean, what areas do you think you guys can build on the run from week 1?
I would say just being more consistent. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that we'd have to work on as a group. I mean, that's every week though. I mean, there's always something you can work on and get better at. But if it was if I had to pick something, it'd just be more consistent and get like more yards per carry and then stuff like that.
As a running back room, we talked, and we just, like you said, be more consistent, knowing what to do every play, and being more consistent at it, and getting more yards per carry. What he said, just piggybacking off of Kobe.
Ethan, go ahead.
Yeah, you both just being two in-state guys. I'm sure that you grew up like a lot of kids watching the Razorbacks. I'm curious if y'all ever went to the War Memorial games growing up, and if so, there's a lot of talk about this could maybe be the last one. Like, kind of your thoughts on that.
I never went to a game there at War Memorial as a kid, but I always watched it on TV and everything like that. And I think it's a good tradition, and I'm glad it's a place where everybody around the state can come and watch games.
Yeah, I'd never been to a Razorback game at Little Rock War Memorial either, but to be the last one on the contract, it's a blessing. We thank God for it, and we're ready to go out there and showcase our talents on Saturday.
So I'm gonna wrap it up.
Sure, sounds good. Hey guys, the receiving core, there were a lot of questions, so many new receivers in camp. What did y'all think of the play from that group the other night, Braylen?
There was never a question for me. I mean, I watched them every day. I watched them improve. I watched their ups and their downs in practices. So, I mean, it was never really questions for us as a team. We know what they can do, and I just thank God that they were able to go out there and showcase what they can do in front of y'all.
Yeah, Kobe, what'd you think of that crew?
They worked so hard during fall camps and everything. It's just like after practice every day, they're staying for 30 minutes to an hour every day working on their craft, and I just knew if we gave them enough time up front that they're going to get open, they're going to do their thing.
You guys are pretty solid favorites in this game. Do you feel like, Arkansas State will probably come in with that underdog, and do you feel like maybe matching their intensity, their emotions might be a critical thing, Kobe?
I don't think any game's just a pushover. I think you gotta go into every game thinking that it's a game that could be lost, but we come in and you know what you've been working at, and you're prepared, and you'll be fine.
Brandon, you think you're gonna have to kind of match their intensity? Because I don't know, there's a certain I don't know, motivation when you're the underdog, you know?
I think we have to stay within us. I mean, you go and you think about matching other people is when you are doing something wrong. So I mean, going and just being within ourselves is the main purpose of this team.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
All right, folks, see you later.
Thank you.